Hello, everyone. Welcome to a special episode of Toytography Live. This is the Saturday edition. We are here to we got something special planned for you guys. We have a special guest today, so it's definitely good to see everyone. I am here with Dan. Hello, sir.
Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday afternoon. And
Yes,
Bram is so happy that we started a little later.
I know, right? Yes. So we are so glad to have him here and everything. But let's go ahead and bring in our special guest. Or right now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Andrew Camera. Hello.
How's
A
everyone doing?
fellow of
Thank you so
infinite
much for
mission.
having me.
Yes, yes, we are so excited to have you here, man. Because oh my gosh, I will say the same thing I said last Wednesday about our other guest. It's like if you don't know who Andrew Camera is, man, you need to get deeper into the toy photography realm because did I tell you it's a serious treat to have you here, sir. I am super excited to have you here and show off some of the stuff that some of the work that you have done, including some current stuff. We'll see if we can get some current stuff. But right now, let's see who do we have here with us. We have Steve. Steve, man, you've been here early, man. I am so grateful that the fact that you are like ready to go. Like, hey, I am here.
He was like
And
number one fan, man. He jumped
yeah,
right
no,
on.
right, and all the way from Tokyo. Hello, Bram, and see this guy right here. This is the reason why we kind of made the adjustment because Bram was like, please, could y'all adjust the time for me? So I'm glad that we were able to accommodate. And man, 6 a.m.
Oh,
He didn't want to
Oh
get
my
up at 5.
gosh,
now
6
that's prime time to wake up and shoot some wildlife. That's
right.
that's prime time.
You
Yes,
see,
because
Andrew, in case you didn't realize it, this is the extent we go to take care of our fans. Bram's like, I don't
I
want to get up
certainly
at
see it.
5. We said, all right,
It's 6.
fine.
right.
Get up at 6.
Uh,
Bram, you got coffee going?
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. And see, that's the other thing I noticed because I've heard in the past about how just animals in nature how they do their thing early in the morning. So it's like, man, for you to get up early so you can catch that shot with whichever wildlife you want to catch and the sunlight coming in, man. I mean
mm,
that's just man, you nothing short of amazing. I mean I I've seen people do like these crazy dynamic poses with their
mm.
toys, and it's challenging work. And to see what you do, I, if it's not on the same plane, it's higher.
So nice of you.
Because I'll tell you, it's just so amazing stuff that you pull off. Uh, but I gotta slow down because again, it's just my excitement is getting ahead of me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go through the motions of our other things before we jump right into it. So we definitely want to give a shout out to the ones who helped to make this possible. So first and foremost, we want to give a special thanks to Jazz Inc. Dioramas. They are still currently taking pre-orders for the Catwoman figure. This is the Michelle Pfeiffer version of Catwoman from the Michael Keaton Batman from Batman Returns. There's 3 different versions you can get. One, you can get the clean version, or you can get the battle damage version, which, as you can see, is like just phenomenal detail in the
Spectacular.
figures. Absolutely amazing. So you can get either one, either this one or this one. But if you buy the third option, which is both figures, then you will also receive this cool diorama piece to go along with it. So again, it's just the icing on the cake when it comes to the figure. So they're taking pre-orders for it. They're also I don't have the image up currently right now to show, but they're also doing pre-orders for the Bat. computer. And I mean, it is, oh my gosh. Go to jazzinkdioramas.com and take a look at the back computer that they are creating. I mean, complete with LED screens on the thing. It is, I mean, just absolutely phenomenal stuff. So you definitely want to jump on that if you can, because I mean, and the way it looks, it pretty much can go with any Batman figure that you have. It's just, I mean, they just do top quality stuff. So definitely jump on that. The next person we want to give, next company we want to give a shout out to is the ones who are actually helping to make the show possible, as well as their support for our recent Toytography challenge, is Big Bad Toy Store. I mean, to say they have a lot of stuff is an understatement. I mean, literally, they have 1/6 scale, 1/12 scale, 1/18, 1/4 scale. I mean, they have all kinds of stuff, including diorama pieces, accessory packs. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. All the stuff that you can find at Big Bad Toy Store. So head over to bigbadtoystore.com and you can, find some really cool stuff there. Lastly, I want to mention we are currently having available our latest issue of Toytography magazine. There's a lot of amazing stuff in here. If I remember correctly, I believe the person that we interviewed is Nutty Bacaz, is Thomas Spellman. If I remember correctly, Thomas is 17. He is 17 years old, and my gosh, man, the amount of work that he puts into his toy photography, it is absolutely amazing. You definitely have to read his story, just his inspiration behind his photos. He even mentioned how his father, who used to be in the military, I believe he was a medic in the military, he was the inspiration behind some of his photos. And so it's just an absolutely amazing guy. So you definitely want to jump on that copy. So that copy is currently available now. And I can show you because I have my copy right here.
Woo!
So
damn, that looks good.
It is just absolutely amazing stuff. This is actually the first cover that we've done that actually wraps all the way around.
Beautiful. Perfect.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's just amazing. So you definitely want to jump on that. And we also have a new diorama build in this issue from Vasco Toys. Just absolutely amazing work. So that's one of the things we try to cover. Every aspect of toy photography we can cover, we try to cover that area when it comes to lighting, when it comes to posing, set pieces, diorama pieces, which I have another little tip that I'm going to show you guys later on how to add some extra pieces to your toy photography. I have another little tip that I'm going to share with you guys to help you out. So this is currently available, but also more importantly, this issue right here. This is the issue that Andrew is featured in. And unfortunately, this issue is going to be gone in June. So we did this issue in June of last year, and we have a new issue coming in June of this year. So when that new issue comes in, this one is going to be phasing out. So if you want to get this, which I'm positive you do, there's a lot of stuff in here. We have Mandy, who was on our show last Wednesday, and we have Andrew here, which I'm going to show you some of the stuff that Andrew has done. I'm going to show you some of the images today, so you can see some of the images that are in this issue. So there's just some amazing stuff. So I definitely want to let you guys know that this is still available until June. So definitely want to get on that. Which I'm also going to say there were a handful of orders that were recently placed, and there was a slight delay in the processing of those orders. But I just want to publicly say, because I already mentioned to a couple of people already about their orders, I just want to publicly say that they are being processed, and you will have your issues. They are coming to you. We are still addressing them. There'll be no need for any, kind of other issues going on. It's just been a slight delay, but you will still get your issues. They're still being processed. So I just want to be transparent on that so you guys are aware. But now, man, let me pull up some stuff right now. I gotta show you some of Andrew's work because my gosh, man.
Brian doesn't send me any issues because he says I have enough issues of my own. I don't really know what he means by that, but okay.
Dan's issues has issues. So, man, let me pull up some of the images. I just pulled just a handful of images that you've done so people can see the kind of work that you've done. So let's pull up this first.
Of course. Let's see what
right
you're throwing
now.
up. What do we got?
A
fan favorite.
Yeah, this is.
I can't top this one. Apparently, this has been the number one favorite.
Really?
Wherever I go so far, I always make sure I bring lots of copies of these ones because I guess, the posing, like you were just describing, the interaction with the toy and the imagination, all those levels that we as toy photographers try to capture in each one of our photos are depicted here strongly. And I feel like it is tough to replace it because it just happened and it makes you smile. I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, because literally it's the posing of everything. Now I have to ask, I know you probably been asked this a lot, but how long did it take to get this shot?
Squirrels are notorious for visiting that top bunker area or that top platform that I have.
Okay.
Gosh, I think I did wait a full day. I was getting nervous that I think it was in the summer. You could see the background's brown, so maybe it was going a little bit towards fall, something like that. But
okay.
I probably waited a long time for this. Matter of fact, I might have had Grogu out there for a couple of nights. He probably suffered through some rainstorms while waiting for this squirrel. Because I remember that this was just not something that I caught instantaneously. This was something that I had to really, really wait for the squirrel to come by and at the right place, And
I'm pretty sure it was hesitant when it was there. So how many times did the squirrel show up, look, and then run off? And it's just like...
a bunch. My shutter speed had to be very, very quick. And like you said, I need to have a lot of good natural lighting because there'd be times he'd be coming in and then did a fast dash at it. I tried to use the shutter speed and then it just backed away. I went through so much peanuts that I had to go out and buy more.
So it did actually grab it and take off and you were
100%. Sometimes they eat there. I forgot what he did with this one. I have to go through the raws, but sometimes they run away. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, man, this one here.
That's remarkable.
Thank you so much.
I mean, my gosh.
My birdseed stew, I call it.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was prepping for Shrek 5. I didn't even realize, this one's coming out. Maybe I'll get a surge in promotion for it, for the movie. But this is, I don't know why I was looking, but I think at the time I was wondering what would be great in nature. What could I have interact? And the first thing I thought of was Shrek. I was like,
okay.
I think he has that swamp house. And this figure is the 2001 DreamWorks limited edition figure that they sold when the movie came out. It was impossible for me to find. I could not find it. And when I did, it was very pricey, but I was like, I got to land it. I think I paid somewhere around $160, $150 for the set and him.
Wow.
But it's a wonderful figure. You could just see that the texture. That's what I go nuts for as well. The texture, the beauty of it, and then to put it in a natural background where it just meshes so perfectly. This has got to be probably my personal favorite because of how everything, all the puzzle pieces came together. The posing, the diorama,
Hmm.
the perfect bird arrival and the unexpected, which is him fishing through. That's a Carolina wren fishing
Okay.
through the cauldron and pushing the seeds out, essentially accentualizing
Yeah.
the you know imagination that Shrek's actually pouring the seeds
Yeah.
of life through. It couldn't have happened again. So that's honestly my only Shrek figure photo because I can't dare to top that one again. I don't know what I could do.
So
You know?
let me
Yeah.
get this straight. That seed in mid-flight, the bird had actually flipped out, Adam, and you caught it like that?
Yeah,
Oh my!
yeah, I was going
Wow!
crazy with the shutter speed because
I,
these birds, it's amazing. I talk about them like they're my lifelong friends, but these particular birds, the Carolina wrens, I can always count on because they are so brave. You get
I
cardinals that are
know.
so intimidated, I can't even get them to come near the platform. These Carolina wrens, if they're around in season, ready to feast, they don't care what's in front of the food. They'll go right up there. If I have it in a suspended area, they will jump up. They're just fast. They're super fast. So you have to be on it. So I was ready at this time. And yeah, thank you for mentioning. That's
Wow.
exactly right. I just happened to catch it when I was jumping up.
That's man.
that is incredible, Andrew. I mean,
It's
wow.
Thank
so
you, dude. Thank you,
like
guys.
so,
It's adrenaline. It's like I
I know,
literally
right?
feel like I worked out, after I took the photo. I'm like, oh my God, I need a
That's
protein
what I
shake.
mean. It's like to create these kind of images. It's like you put your hard work in there, but you can see the payoff as a result of seeing these images. It's just like, my gosh, man. I mean, absolutely amazing to sit
Thank you.
there and. I mean, no one would have a. I haven't seen anyone else have the thought to do this. So
Right.
it's just like you are in a class of your own, for real.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you
this,
very
Ooh,
much.
wow.
yeah,
It's very important to me to stress that because I've got a lot of people who think it's AI or it's just
right,
composited right on top. The joy of it, and like I just said, the adrenaline is that this is all real time. This is patience and wonder of not knowing what's going to show up and
yeah,
how you have to orchestrate the posing for what's going to show up. You never
right,
know. Am I zoomed in too much? Am I zoomed out too much? Is he gonna hold the food out at the right angle so it looks like Kirby's actually looking at the blue jay?
right.
Do you know if another bird's gonna come to grab that? Should you break down your camera after you got one bird capture, or should you say, I can get better than that? Someone else is gonna come. Someone else is gonna visit. So that's all part of the real time uh, collaboration with these nature birds because compositing is just very lackluster when it comes to this experience that I found, and
Yeah,
it's absolutely extraordinary. And I encourage everyone to embrace their imagination and try anything along those lines dealing with toy photography because it just absolutely bolsters your work, your imagination, your creativity. You start thinking about so many different ideas because of the impossible that you think it is.
yeah, yes, yeah,
Have you
absolutely.
have you ever had an animal attack one of your figures?
I certainly have. I've lost a few.
Oh no.
I don't know where they were sometimes because they would fall off. That's a 7 foot platform there. I have it right next to my
Oh,
porch, and there would be occasions where even Dan, that uh, mini structure that Kirby's sitting on right there, that's actually a bowl that's supposed to look like a fountain. I put moss on top of it to make it look like a bit
oh,
of a hill, but squirrels would knock that down notoriously. I would hear it bang outside my window. I'd be like, oh, they knocked it down again, and I hope it doesn't crack each time. It
right.
doesn't, but oh my god, yeah, they're very they attack a lot.
Yeah, power to that for taking a beating and still hold it together. So yeah.
They're durable, yeah.
Yes, man. My
Dude,
God.
he's on the wagon? Are you
Right.
Exactly.
That bird falls off the wagon, man. I don't know. I don't even see it.
Right.
That
He's
is
clutching on for dear life.
Yeah,
is
dude. It's
incredible.
like Gosh, I mean,
Well, and even
literally
the
just
look on Mushroom's face, his mouth is gaping open, like it can't believe the bird landed there.
Right.
right, right.
They're so light too. That's one of those things I realized too, where they are. I mean, the blue jay's a little bit heavier, but
Mhm.
the black-capped chickadees, the Carolina wrens, they are unbelievably light. You almost can't imagine that they could stand on such a small structure. I mean, like you said, with that little wagon,
Yeah,
what a great photo for him to clutch the tip of that wagon. I wish I had it right in front of me to show it to you with my hands, because that's something where if like you lightly tap down with your index finger, that thing's gonna flop over sideways. So just
wow.
the intention of him being like, I can clamp right up there and
Right.
it's not going to move is something I have to intend now or believe, because it could make for a much better photo. So yeah,
Wow.
they're light as a feather, no pun intended, but yeah,
Wow.
absolutely.
It's just amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
Whoa.
just
Oh
totally
my
impressive.
gosh.
Totally
So
impressive.
I'd love to mention, really, my toy collection started with Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. And I actually think it was Star Wars first, because when I really started collecting and was really into the 3.75-inch figures,
Hmm.
it was
Mhm.
Revenge of the Sith that just came out. So these are actually all Revenge of the Sith Hasbro toys. And this was my collection before I started catering my toys for the birds. So the
Okay.
Geonosian was the first one I was thinking would be great for nature, because he's this, they're insects,
Yeah.
and part of Lucas's creation of like, oh, this insect alien. So I
Hmm.
started out with him. These are one of my earliest photos, because I started out with creatures that I thought would work best in nature, and you're gonna laugh, but not scare the birds possibly.
Yeah. You're
So
probably lucky that a bigger bird
Yeah,
didn't think
because
it was dinner.
he's not scary
I
at
know,
all.
right? I know.
Like that is a
I thought the
big
same
meal.
thing. Yeah, I
Wow.
know. With the if I had the wings extended, he would have grabbed it right away, right?
Right?
Right. Oh my gosh, man, that is just
I just cannot get over. I mean, oh wow. Just how
yeah,
incredible these are.
Thank you so much, guys.
yeah.
This story I love, because I think it was somebody, I forgot what it was. I saw a video or I saw photos of someone raising butterflies and then having the opportunity to capture, which I'm still going for this summer. I want to try
Okay.
capture them breaking out of the cocoon. So
Oh
Amazon
wow.
sells these painted ladies, and I was raising them in my house
Okay.
and waiting for them to open up. The cocoon's very small. It's not something that you could really handle with your hands. You don't want to, mess around. So they have them in a small container about this high.
Okay.
And I was, keeping track of when they're going to open up, because there is a specific time when the chrysalis opens up into the full adult butterfly
Okay.
that they cannot fly. They're learning how to use their wings. So
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
all right, that's prime time to experiment with some photos without scaring them, or obviously having to, try to get them to land somewhere.
Yes.
They just opened up, and I got lucky. I was able to carry one out on my finger, and then I brought him right over to my setup, which I had Kirby looking up. I love this photo too, because it's it's a new perspective. The focus isn't necessarily on the bird and the toy. It puts you in the eyes of Kirby, where
Yeah.
you are now looking at this beautiful butterfly.
Yes.
Mhm.
So this
Yes.
is another one of my favorites. I have so many favorites, but yeah,
Oh, it would be difficult to be in your shoes and try to pick a single favorite because
I
everything we've seen
yes.
so far is just so incredible. I mean,
thank you,
God,
thank you so
what
much,
Right.
thank you so
just
much.
the talent? Wow.
Yes. So, and that's the thing. So, I mean, that was at the. Now, I'm gonna say, if there's any other images you guys want to see that we have, you just need to get the copy of the magazine. So we would literally be a
Yes.
whole lot. But I will. I am going to show everyone so they could be familiar with your site.
Okay,
So
perfect.
if you go to toyminitures.com,
Hmm.
this is his site. So you can see, a lot of the images, recent images that he has, which
Hmm.
are, gosh, man, it's just really impressive stuff.
Thank you
Uh,
so much. I have a gallery page where you can actually look at the photos. If you click on it, sometimes I have a little bit of an interaction with. Uh, I do a video, trying to accentuate a lot of the things that you could imagine these birds are thinking. Sometimes I put the sound effects of the birds and
oh,
the
really?
characters in there. Yeah, because I just always try to accentuate that interaction. And as
Oh, okay.
well, as you can see, you could shop online. So I currently
Yes.
have my 12 by 18 4 by 6s all available. You could reach out to me, normal
Okay.
payment, credit card, whatever you got, and it's sorted by category. So I'm always trying to get a category that is a passion for somebody. So
Hmm.
always
Hmm.
keep checking because I always like to add some new things. I'm very much into trying to do some One Piece lately, so I just added that
Oh,
category.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I might have to
Yeah.
go on and buy a couple of those shots with cardinals on them. My mother loves cardinals, so
Oh, okay.
I have to buy that and be like, "Hey, look what I got me."
Yeah.
love the
And
So,
I'm so I know you guys saw the for those that that have watched the episode that we did last week, where George got his his metal print. Uh, I did manage to get Andrew one of his images on
yeah,
the metal print, and
gorgeous.
it looks so good, man.
Yeah, I'm really gonna
yeah,
have to jump on those because I have it in my room. It's something that I always look at the material. Obviously, it just shines. It's
Yes,
so vibrant. The colors pop out. It's very very great. So to
right,
be,
right.
we'll see if I do something further with that.
I know,
But
right?
it was such a lovely treat, Brian, and
Yeah,
yeah, it
and
was
it's
amazing
you
to
got
see that.
something that'll last, a long time. So yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. That's good stuff. Yeah. So I have we have some other things that we're going to share with you guys. I guess we can move on to any new things that you picked up. So Dan, you have any new items,
yep.
new stuff you got this week?
So all
I
my
know you were.
packages came in last week while I was gone,
Yeah.
which was so happy to come home to.
Okay.
And I'll be working on this figures review probably early next week. But I did get the Mayfex Spidey 2099,
Okay.
which is a really really nice figure. I've had a lot of fun playing around with him and posing him.
Okay.
And the one piece of plastic, I did post a YouTube short earlier because actually after we're done, I've got to finish writing the review. But the
Oh,
one
okay.
piece of plastic that has caused so much controversy, the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man. And of course, I have to just spoof on Maximum Series. I will say
Nice.
this
Okay.
is this is probably the right now. This is the best Spider-Man Marvel Legend figure.
Hmm. Okay.
Not the best price point. So
Oh.
review will be up
Oh.
probably within an hour or two after we wrap up.
Oh. Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay. Well, I'll be curious to see. Let's see. Anything else you got? You picked up?
I'm saving a few things for Wednesday's show.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, I have. I can get very much. I do have a couple other things. There was one thing I was showing for those of you that was watching Figure Flex Friday yesterday. You saw that I had posted some stuff there, but for the sake of this show, I have uh, something I was kind of waiting and it finally arrived. But I managed to get the new Tangerine Mezco figure. This thing
Nice.
is a phenomenal figure. This is one of those figures that you didn't know you needed until you had it. It's like, because my gosh, man, the amount of stuff that this figure comes with, I was blown away by it. So apparently, this was I guess Mezco has their own like little toy line that they do. And so this particular figure was, I guess, in the box art. So they decided to make a figure based on it. So this is all the, she has like these different head sculpts and stuff that she comes with. And in addition to all of that, she's got this. This was like one of the most impressive things about her was that she has this massive amount of guns.
Oh wow! Oh.
That she all comes with. I mean, it's just amazing all the stuff that she comes with. So that and like
the riot shield and the sword too, man.
So, so I have some pictures that I think I posted them. If I didn't post them in the group, I'll post them later so you guys can see it. But yeah, she is a fantastic figure, and so this is I think Tangerine is a name which is so fitting for her outfit and everything. But yeah, I'll post some pictures in the group later on. But she is absolutely fantastic, and on the side of the box. She has that motorcycle. So I was looking online and I found a 12 scale motorcycle.
Wow.
So I put in my order for her and so yeah, so probably sometime next week I'm gonna put it. But yeah, I got a nice little motorcycle I'm gonna have for her. So I have that, and the other thing I have is actually a tip that I wanted to show you guys. So we talked about this with Mandy last week. So I figured I'd give you guys a little sample of what it was I was talking about. We were talking about how to create explosions and all practical explosions. So I had mentioned basically you take like a milk carton or whatever, water bottle, whichever size you want to do. You cut the top off of it, and then you can just turn it upside down, and then you glue cotton balls all over the water bottle, or the whatever carton you want to have. Then you spray paint the bottle, and I use 3 colors. I use black, yellow, and red. And just spray paint it all over the bottle, and end up doing that.
Nice.
So
that's great.
Yeah. So you have all of this, and then I have this light. So basically, you take this light and you put it on the inside, and you have the whole thing.
That's cool.
Very creative. Absolutely great. Yeah.
So you create your own explosion. Now, this particular light, I have a different thing to where I have this has special effects. So when I switch to this effect, actually I have a fire effect.
Oh, get out of here.
So if I take the fire effect and put it inside.
Yeah, that's insane.
Wow.
That's great.
So it just makes a big difference, and you can change the intensity of it. So yeah, you can bring it down, and totally increase it. But yeah, total make a full explosion out of everything. So yeah, so it's a very simple thing. And this particular one, this was just a water bottle. I just took the water bottle, put it in there, and yeah. So it's just been just a cool little tip for you guys. Just a little tip. Yeah. So that's what I picked up for for us to a little tip for you guys to use for any kind of your photos. Now, I don't know if Andrew, you can maybe pull that off. Trying to do
that'd be crazy. Yeah, that's a battle scene.
Yeah, I know, right.
That would you have to catch a bird.
Did you mention that light before? Yeah. That type of light, that's extraordinary. I love that intensity.
Yeah, it does. It has so it has a number of different features all over the thing. It's just I mean, it's just amazing thing. I bought the light and it was just so good. It has so many cool features. I just had to get 2. So I got 2 that I use for like a number of different things. I mean, all kinds of things. I've used it before for like cop cars and, and stuff like that because it has
Very
police
cool.
car effects and stuff like that. So yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I love it. It's called the Aperture MC. So
Mhm.
the Aperture MC light, and I'll show you the. I think I've showed you guys before on it, but it has fire effects, and then this is the cop car, and then there's the pulsing light. So it has all these different settings. That this is like a party light, so it comes in a number of different. Just randomly changes colors, and then lightning. So yeah, it has all kinds of features on it. So it's a cool thing. But I mainly use it for the fire effect, just to see any kind of explosions and stuff going on. So yeah,
Incredible.
it's pretty amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. So there's my tip for today. So,
Graham just threw a great idea at us in the chat. He says tips and tricks could be a section of the show, maybe just one a week where viewers can send them in.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
That's a
dude,
great idea.
as a matter of fact, so I also mentioned this. So we had someone who made a comment on last Wednesday's video. And so I'm just going to make this announcement that say that we are going to do something about it. But someone was asking, can we do some segments on posing, like just posing some figures, which I think we could definitely pull that off. It'll either, I mean, I'll let you guys comment if you want to do a live stream or if you want to do like a pre-recorded video, however you guys want to do it. But we could do a video on posing. So definitely want to give a shout out to that particular person who mentioned that, who was watching us all the way from Australia, by the way. So thank you very much. That we are global up in this baby. So, so yeah.
What did I do last week? International trade.
Yes. So okay, so posing streams. Okay, all right. So that's one vote.
Okay.
Got one vote for do a live stream with some posing, because and we can do a number of different things. 112, 16. You can do a number of different things. However you guys wanna do it, so we can do live and in real time. That way, if there's any kind of pose you guys can ask for, I know it depends upon the figure, but if there's a kind of pose that you guys want to ask about, we can pull that off. We can totally pull that off and get that going. So
I mean, I got one right here that does some pretty good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the whole thing. There's so many Spider-Man figures out there that they make so that you can pose, because that's the unique thing about Spider-Man. Just all the crazy poses and stuff they can pull off. And I think really, I mean, posing Spider-Man has been looking cool in the comics, I believe, until Todd McFarlane stepped in, and then he was just, doing all kind of wild and crazy poses with it. So that's, he's kind of threw everybody over in the deep end on that. So it's been cool. So yeah, so we can pull some stuff off. So now we're going to move on to our segment where we look at the photos that have been submitted in the group. So we're going to just we only have 3 submissions this time. And again, I'm glad, Andrew, that you're here, because we can definitely get your feedback on, any kind of tips that we get talked about for these photos. So let me go ahead and pull up our first image right now. Let's see. I'm looking on the wrong screen. Let me put it right here. Let me see. First one we're going to look at. This is from Ken. This is a nice looking Hellboy figure. When I was pulling these figures aside, the first thing I noticed was like, is that a cigar in his hand? Let me check. And as soon as I checked it, I was like, yep, he sure did. He put smoke coming from the cigar. That is nice, subtle to detail. I think that is
the crossed ankle too, just the whole pose. He's just kicking back against the rock.
Yes. And the whole smoke effect on there, I think is a really good job. Really, really good job. All the way down to, I wonder if you, Ken, if you use any practical smoke effects on this. I'm assuming that you did, because smoke goes everywhere and it looks like that's exactly what it did for this one.
Yeah.
Managed to get the smoke to just cover that whole area, and I mean your lighting is done really well on it. I think it's a good image with your lighting and everything. So I think this image is cool. What do you think, Andrew?
Lighting is spectacular. This is no secret. I always say that the one reason I do shoot birds is because I am so intimidated of setting lighting indoors or not in a
Oh
natural setting, getting natural lighting. So you have something that is brilliantly lit where there's no overexposed. You could see the figure. They have great contrast. Like, look at his eyes. Look at the darkness under his eyes. It's just so
yeah.
intimidating with the cast of the light from the right.
Mhm.
Um, the smoke, like you said, great attention to detail with that prop. And I was also wondering too, with the posing of the bottom of the skulls, were those individually placed there? That's not like a bottom thing,
Yeah.
because if so, perfect natural look, but yet all very much able to gaze at and see the skulls,
Yeah.
like in different poses, like what's the best way it looks within the ground, how does it look like, I'm thinking right away like the opening scene of Terminator when they run through all the skulls, like the skull
Yeah.
ground and stuff like that. So
Yep.
it's capturing all of those moods, and very, very captivating.
Yes.
Excellent posing.
Yes. Really, 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 really good. Uh, let's see. See what we got next here. Yeah, this is from Maz. Michael, he says, I mean, he's been doing a whole lot with the Warhammer 40K
Mhm.
stuff lately. And I mean, it's just been really good with these images. So I like the lighting on this. I can't really tell if this is just light coming from here or if this is actually shooting this.
Yeah.
I can't tell. I can't tell. So, but I mean, either way, I still like the way it looks. I kind of like doing stuff like this because when you do, it shines a bright light. I like the way if you have a control thing on it. I like the way the light bleeds into other areas.
Hmm.
Where it's sometimes it looks like oversaturated. But then other times it looks like no, this is really how the light would bleed into other areas. So the way it bleeds onto the trees
Certainly.
and everything. I mean, yeah, it looks fantastic. It totally looks fantastic all around. So yeah, I would say there's and then you have your other lights to show, where you can clearly see the time of day. So in order for this to be, I just like the fact that it's a bright light and it doesn't bleed into like oversaturating absolutely everything. So
Right.
then
I'll add
again,
a comment to that, Brian.
yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead,
Oh,
continue.
no, go ahead. I was go ahead.
Um, I love that comment because sometimes it really does make you think, how far should you go with the oversaturation? And sometimes photos that I've taken naturally really promote that this is ideal. The reason being is sometimes I would take a squirrel photo, and then right before the squirrel's body hits the green grass, there's actually a green hue on the squirrel's fur. So the color actually projects onto it, and you'd think, huh, why did that happen? I should get rid of that. But that's the natural bleeding of strong, vibrant colors next to a soft toned
Yeah,
palette. It's all about color theory. So exactly, if you're getting a bright blue bouncing off this dark brown, it's gonna leave an impression. So I
yeah,
appreciate how hard you went with this photo, because this is a strong scene. This isn't like
yeah,
we're
right,
out for tea. This is like this is an attack. So
right.
fantastic. I love that point you mentioned. Excellent.
Yeah, yeah. This is really good. Man, again, this is Maz's handiwork. That's why he's always doing a good job with this. So man, yeah, definitely,
Just a super
definitely good.
example of storytelling all around on it.
Yeah, Yeah, it's good. And you know, actually, see, that was another thing. Bram made a good point on that. It's like, and that's the reason why it's difficult to tell. You know, if it's being shot, because it seems like the glare is coming from here. If this is actually shooting the shield, then there should be some kind of muzzle flash somewhere showing that it came from this. Uh,
Yeah, someone just mentioned that in the comments. I would agree with that as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
even if it
Yeah.
was, I mean, because I understand, even if it came from there and then it takes the shot, you know, usually a shot is like a split second. So you would still see some kind of, you know, effect coming from the person shooting or something like that. You would see something like that. But yeah, that would be the thing that I would look for. Like, okay, is he getting shot, or did something shine in between the two of them? That's the only thing I'm unsure about. But as far as the lighting, it's phenomenal. So yes.
Okay.
And then our last image that we have here, this is from Rick Bradshaw. Very simple photo, but still, this is good. I this is one effect that I still sometimes work on, is getting the smoke to be around the feet, like
Hmm.
filling in all of there and filling in. It's like you have to get a whole lot in order to fill in that area. So he definitely did a good job on it. Because we're kind of looking at it far away, I did zoom in on this, and I can kind of see that uh, there was, like, yeah, you see how it's a little blurred around the faces, like the detail is kind of lost uh, in the face, as opposed to, like, say for this area where it looks sharp. See,
Everything's
it's
crisp.
very
Yeah.
sharp in the color, but it seemed like the jacket was the focal point instead of the face, because you get like this little blurred stuff around here. So it seemed like that's the focal point was probably like in the middle where they were trying to get. Um, but that kind of thing is minor and compared to the overall shot. I think your lighting is good. I do love the fact that you have like a yellowish tone here, but a bluish tone behind them. It almost makes it look like over here somewhere is an open door to something else,
Hmm.
and
Mhm.
stepping into, something. So great job on the lighting. The pose is very nice as well. So yeah, I'd say it's a simple shot, but a very good simple shot.
Well, and the smoke effect
Yeah.
is, like you said, that's what makes, I think, the shot so effective, because he's got it pooling around the feet, but it's wisping up enough just to the side of the figure that you're kind of wondering what's coming next. Incidentally, and this is not photo related, but this particular figure can actually do better splits in those soft goods
Really?
than, yeah, than a lot of the Marvel Legends figures can.
Huh.
I saw
Uh,
somebody else review this, and he put that in a full split and then pulled up a Spidey, and it was like
uh,
45 degrees.
Wow.
See, that's another
So,
good thing is when you have like some of the 1/6 scale figures I have, I can totally tell that the body that they use for whatever particular figure is like, this is a great body. It's a really flexible body. But the problem is the clothing that they put on the figure restricts the body from doing the
Uh,
movements that it's really capable of doing. For
mhm.
instance, for something like this, and I mean, I didn't see the video that Dan's talking about, but the thing is, it's just like in real life when you do the splits and you're wearing pants, the pants will, like, it'll bunch up around this area, and then it's like you got to deal with the fabric around here. Like the fabric down here would stretch, but the fabric up here would bunch up, and it would just, it put restrictions on it. So that's one of the things you have to take into account when you're doing your poses. When you're doing your
yep.
poses, especially with something with clothing on, you have to take into account like where the wrinkles go, where, what kind of restrictions can you have. I will say and I'll post a picture later today in the group. I did a pose with the Tangerine figure where I just had her walking, and that was a challenge in itself, just to try to get her to lean, because when you walk, you may not realize it, but when you walk, you're putting your weight on that forward foot, as you're going forward. So it's good for humans because our brains give us the ability to learn balance and stuff like that. But for a plastic figure, it's just, look, where you want me to lean, and it's just falling all over the place. So I had to take into account the clothing and stuff like that when I put her in that walking pose. And so it's a challenge. Just a simple walk is such a huge challenge to do. And I would also say, this is just a side note, when I was taking the picture, it wasn't even windy. Like the wind was blowing just slightly. And with a like small little 6-inch figure, the wind was knocking that figure over. And I was like, man, if I had one of my Hot Toys figures, it'd stand no problem in the but it's just like, that was one thing where I'm like, I like 1/6. Give me 1/6. I'll take Hot Toys figures all day long because this right here,
Right. I
so,
feel that.
but again, just trying to work with the materials and everything. All of that stuff goes into account when you're doing posing for figures, which, like I said, we'll cover that another time. But yeah, but as far as this is concerned, this is a really good image. I think overall, the stuff that really grabs my attention is the smoke, using the smoke and the way it just covers around the feet and stuff like that. It's it's either stepping into a creepy area or a cold area. And considering his jacket is open, I wouldn't assume that that's a cold area. So yeah. But yeah, that's our final image for today. So the next set of photos that we're going to take a look at right now, these are images that were submitted in our Facebook group. We're not going to critique the photos. We're just going to just simply take a look at the great submissions that have been sent in by all of our members of our group. So if you're not part of the Facebook group, Toytography Magazine is the name of the Facebook group. There's a link down in the description. You can go ahead and click on it, join the group, and you can share your photos, get tips, whatever you want to do. So definitely do that, including liking and subscribing to this channel, please. So with that said, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the photos that were submitted now. Oh, wait, wrong one. Sorry, wrong one. Let me get the new one. One second. Where are we? Video. And there we go. Here we are. Today. There we go. Got some Ghostbusters action. Okay.
Nice.
The guys from
Token Razor. I love it.
I don't know what kind of brawl that is, but man, that's a tag team, something going on. We have Link. This is good. I like the lighting on this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a sucker for lighting, I got to tell you. Lighting.
That's one of Ken's, I think.
Yes, I believe it is, and I wouldn't touch that toilet either.
I would not want to be
That's a nice one from Bram.
Mm-hmm.
Some cool shots, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, that's cool.
Yeah. This reminds me, I made like a small Daily Planet diorama that I gotta repair. That I'll repair and get some other images to it.
Looks like meat's back on the menu tonight, boys. I like this too. Great shot from Ken. Ooh.
That's a good one. I like the lighting on that too. It's really good. Dogs
Oh,
at
look
play.
at these poses. Oh my God.
Those are really sharp.
That's
Nah.
I would
great.
say I do have a 1/12 scale horse that's going to be coming soon that I'm going to be using for my Gotham by Gaslight Batman. So
Oh, I'm
that's
looking forward to those pictures.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to cover it good. Oh, we have Akira. Okay.
Looks like the Tamashi smoke effects in the background.
Looks like, yeah, that's what I was thinking that it was too. I think it was that stuff.
I gotta order some of those.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that and the water effect too. They're both really good.
I like that. I like the Kong in the front there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Harold is always good when he throws in these those Godzilla photos. It's really good.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that is cool.
It's nice, yeah.
That's
I like this one too.
awesome.
It just takes you back to my childhood, seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool stuff.
That's not a bad Power Girl shot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's another nice one.
That's got to be one of Frederick's.
Yep. I mean, we're kind of familiar with Frederick stuff now. This is another one I like really.
Hulk with the dunce
Brilliant.
cap. That's
Yeah,
freaking.
really.
Brilliant.
Oh my gosh.
Very nice.
It's another of the dwarfs. Man, if you had those, gosh, Andrew, if
I
you
know.
had that with some, oh, that would be
Ooh.
fantastic, man.
Yeah.
There's some other
Good
items
size.
for the menu you got to pick up, though. Yeah.
For real. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always looking. Perfect sizing. Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice. Oh.
Nice Luke Cage fight. That's
Yeah,
cool.
good Luke Cage.
I used to have a Luke Cage. I don't have him anymore. End up letting him go. And,
I got the Luke and Jessica Jones 2-pack, the Marvel Legends ones at Ollie's for like $12 a few years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. This
See,
was, I like this
I
too.
think that's
I'm
the
not sure if this was,
Rebel Tech.
I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a foot on the far right. I'm not sure what that effect is supposed to be, but still looks really good. Nothing else I like the posing on that.
Yep.
So yeah. So well, those are the images that we have.
Great
For
collection.
today.
That was great.
So yeah. I kind of figured it would be.
Oh, was that L shot?
What's that?
Sneaky just said, "Hey, that's my Spider-Man."
Oh yeah. Oh okay. So cool. Well, again, man, you guys, I just thank you for just being a part of the group and everything, because we do all of this for you guys, because there's so many people out there that just bring so much inspiration, like Andrew, and just
Mm-hmm.
and that was when I brought Andrew in to get the to be interviewed for the magazine. It was the uniqueness of his photography that just grabbed and captivated my attention, because it's something you don't see every day. And as you know, it's funny that we were talking about Shrek earlier, because he just shows that there are many layers to this toy photography onion that you can
Nicely done. Yeah.
for this thing. There's just so much stuff that you can learn from all of these areas of photography. So again, man, I am just so grateful for everyone who is a part of this group, who is a part of the community and everything, because we're all here to learn from each other. So yeah, we're totally grateful. So I'll say, Andrew, man, thank you for joining us today, man. I am so grateful that you are here with us. Is there anything special you got coming up that you want to share with us you're going to be doing?
I would love to. First off, Brian, Dan, it's my great pleasure. This has been a fantastic evening. And
Reciprocated,
yeah,
my friend.
thank you. Thank you. Everybody out there, thank you so much. Always appreciate the support. Always love seeing your work. Keep it coming. It's fantastic. I want to, it fills up my feed. I love seeing it. It inspires me every day. So I hope I can bring a little bit of that to you as well. So it's my privilege to be here. Thank you so much. With that being said, I am very much working towards more photos with Dragon Ball Z. I wanted to try to cater a little bit more because trying to do a little bit more of figures off the ground and somehow being at a higher level so I can probably move the horizon line a little bit, get more of the sky. So one of the things I'm trying to work on is with this Goku image with the Nimbus cloud. I'm hoping to utilize this to kind of move off the ground, and similar to that Wonder Woman, not Wonder Woman, who was it in the sky? That shot we just saw.
Power Girl.
Power Girl, sorry,
Yeah.
yes, where it's covered completely in sky, where now the bird looks like it's more flying rather than landing and picking in the feed. I'm trying to work on a photo that'll incorporate Dragon Ball, so maybe I'll throw in another Nimbus cloud somewhere. So stay tuned for that if you're a bunch of Dragon Ball fans.
Yeah,
I'm working on that for sure. Yeah.
Oh, dude, you definitely have to let me know when you pull that off, because I want to see that for sure. I definitely want to see that.
Of course.
Yeah, that's gonna be amazing stuff to see.
I'll be doing a couple of other events too, and then I'll be out this summer. I'm looking forward for the summer months, so check out my Instagram page for some events. And same for you guys. I'm always checking out some new sites and new reels and stories. If anyone's up to, reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you.
Okay, what's like the next event that you're going to be making an appearance at?
I will be at CradleCon, which is at the Cradle Aviation Museum on Long Island in Nassau County.
Okay.
And then I will be at AnimeCon in Boston, which is going to be a fantastic show. I'm excited for that. Steve Bloom is going to be there. I have a couple of Cowboy Bebop shots I'd love to show him. I hope I can get it to him, but it's going to be wonderful. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that show.
Okay.
So, Andrew, you're a fellow New Yorker.
I am.
Outstanding.
Yeah,
I'm over in Western New York, man.
We'll have to come up too. You got some gorgeous scenery up there. That's what I've been meaning to come up to.
I'm actually going to be out in Saratoga Springs in mid-May. So,
that's wonderful, Dan. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Well,
I'll tell you what. If you ever come over to the Western New York Buffalo area, let me know.
Thank you so much. I absolutely will. I did go to college in Fredonia, so I used to live there for about 4 years. It was killer snow at that time.
I'm in Jamestown.
Wow. Okay, that's great. That's wonderful. Nice. Small world.
Nice. Well, you guys go ahead and have fun. I'm over here holding up the other side of the country.
I know. What's funny is I'm working out there, so I could stop by there myself. That's where I remote in. So I'm out in LA. You know that. That's why I operate. When you give me the Pacific Standard Time, I'm like, oh, I know what that is, because I'm the only East Coaster for the LA team that I work for. So I'm in PC. Nice. I'm in PST all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I gotta say, everybody, hit Andrew's website, toymanynatures.com, and do what I did, because I just hit my connect submission form to him.
Nice.
And just still, wow. I just can't get over the word.
Yes, you definitely have to hook up for sure. So, well, again, you guys, thank you for tuning in for this special edition of Toytography Live, man. Again, thank you, Andrew, for coming and joining with us today. So that's going to do it for today. We will have our regularly scheduled episode on Wednesday, Toytography Live, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you on Wednesday. Have a great weekend.